Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
What's up? How's it going, guys? Thank you for joining today for the Alpha Pro Series number 88. I've already unplugged my headset. This is a good start. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. My name is Grant, and I'm here today representing Team Alpha. Ziggy, come on, in. My dog is misbehaving. Okay. How is everyone doing? Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you being here. It's been a minute since I've been on this channel, actually. So thank you. We are just getting things set up. So let's go over what it is, what we're doing today. Today is, oh, I just fat fingered the wrong key. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Today is Alpha Pro Series number 88. It is a best of 9 between Zest and Impact. Any other language casters? Or just me? I'm just making sure everything's good. We are getting ready to go into map 1, guys. We're not going to have much downtime today because no one wants that. So, today, Alpha Pro Series number 88. Spooky number. It is between Impact and Zest. Players ready? This is a premiere show match. It is for $110-ish. And anything you guys commit via the Matcherino page. So please check out the Matcherino page. Ready, go, go. Just waiting to see if Zest is ready. Zest. And then we're going to hop straight into it. No downtime. Good luck, have fun. Oh, no. Help if it was in the right order. I was about to play Impact. We will just re-invite these players. 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. A little bit of a confusion hiccup. We will be straight back into it in one momento. Uno momento, por favor. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. It is 11 AM here in sunny England. We are loading into the map, as you can hear right now. Thank you so much for joining me. This is, as I said, Alpha Pro Series number 88. We are loading into map 1, so I will see you on Acropolis. Swipe! Look how good that is. Bit early, my overlay's a bit wrong, but it's alright. We're doing a good job. As you may have noticed in the previous screen, my co-caster today isn't Clarence the Spooky Spider. If you've watched me before, he usually casts with me. Today it is a picture of my dog. The picture of my dog's not a very good co-caster, doesn't talk very much, but he's cute, so it's okay. And it's 1 year to the day since he came home. So it's his 1 year anniversary, and I thought he should be honoured on stream. So happy birthday, Ziggy. In the bottom right of Acropolis, playing for Team LP, he is the yellow Zerg. I love the choice of colours. The Axiom Legend. It's Impact. And in the top left, one of the most successful Protoss players of all time. He is the pink Protoss player. It's Zest. Going to be in Germany this week. Excited to see Zest again. I will also be in Germany this week for Home Story Cup. Going to be really, really fun. So let's talk about this matchup and how we expect this to go. I'm also going to check my levels. My game sounds are a little low. Let's turn them up a bit. I expect this to be quite an aggressive match. Impact is a very aggressive player. I've seen him often go for an early pool. He's not going to do it on Acropolis. I had first map pick, and I picked Acropolis because, you know what? I wanted a bit of macro to get these players warmed up, get these players feeling good. I'm going to check everything is good with my old settings. So we do have the hatch first and then gas pool coming out of Impact, and the gateway is on the low ground for Zest. He's probably going to go gate expand by the looks of things. Only 2 in gas, I imagine that's what we'll see. There we are, gate nexus and then core. Nothing, you know, not worried. He did go hiccup for the early scout, so he knew he wasn't going to be under too much pressure from our yellow Zerg player and just wants to play it out normally. Guys, this is a best of 9, so you can expect to see a lot of games today, a lot of action. And I think this will be a close one, actually. I think Impact is in some of the best form of his career, if not the best form of his career. And Zest is never not a threat. I've casted a lot of Zest recently in the Africa Destruction Team League. He played a lot. And Zest played a very macro-orientated style in that. His micro was obviously on point, but he very much was playing for the late game. But in a best of 9, you can't do the same thing every game. You have to mix it up a little bit or you will be figured out. So hopefully we get to see a bit of everything. Some proxies, maybe some cannons, if Zest's feeling parting-esque on this lovely day, this lovely evening in Korea. Impact, I'll expect to see some Niduses from. For now, everything is very normal. Nothing too exciting's happening. I'll have a drink. That was a good drink. I'd like to see your predictions, guys, if you are in chat. And if you're not, it's quite easy to sign up. Let's get some predictions going. Or you can tweet at me, at GrantSC2. Let me know how you think this is going to go. We do have that Adept shading out, coming to be aggressive. There was also a probe here. He would like to try and get the creep tumor, but he's not going to. It was tumor before the injection, which is a nice thing to notice. It's nice to have some idea of where the game is going. He does come in and see that speed has started. And it's nothing exceptionally weird from Impact. He didn't get to scout whether the second gas had been taken, which could be, indicative of an early Ravager attack. But for now, Impact is going to try and commit a little bit to get some information. He goes in, takes a bit of a battering, and eventually goes home. We do have an Overlord being sacked by Impact to get that full information. Zest has opened with Phoenix, and we'll be able to get that control very quickly, and we should see spores going down in the next sort of 15 seconds, you'd imagine, from our Zerg player, to deal with the follow-up possibility of an Oracle. You going to go for it? You really should go for some spores. There we go. Do you know what? I'll take that. That was about 15 seconds. Not quite a rotty prediction, but it'll do. Now, this Oracle coming across the map does have potential to do a little bit of damage here with the Phoenix to lift up a Queen as well. The Spore in the main will be done, and it is perfectly positioned. This Overlord, though, could be in a bit of risk. He's not too far from home. He probably could turn tail and get home. I imagine the Phoenix will pick up the Queen. The Oracle's going to go in for just 1 or 2 kills, maybe a third. He doesn't want to lose that Oracle, though. It took a big chance. Oh, he does lose it. That's really, really bad from Zest. Zest, he does get the 3 kills, which obviously isn't too bad, but that's a lot of map control. That's a lot of harassment denied. This 2 Oracle harassment can destroy mineral lines very, very quickly, but just the 1, as you can see, not that great. So Zest certainly given up a little bit here in the early game. The Oracle still coming in, still being a nuisance. We do see the Roach Warren is down from Impact. Behind this, the Robo coming from Zest as he continues to make sentries. We are going to see the Prism. There we are, just as I was about to say it. We do have another Oracle joining the fray. Now, I don't imagine Zest planned to make 3 Oracles. Usually you just make the 2. But that 2 Oracle hit squad is just so... it requires so much attention out of the Zerg player that he did feel the need to spend that little bit of extra money, denied these extra gateways, or even maybe reduced the count of what he would have gone for. The Queen's going to be lifted up. Now the 2 Oracles you can see come in and just destroy drones very quickly. They take much less damage. The Phoenix goes down as well, though. Zest maybe a little bit not too warmed up. Impact as well, actually targeting down that spawning pool. Not too great. We do have the Immortal production as well as 6 gates coming out here from Zest. So Zest is certainly looking to hit a big 2-base timing. We'll have to see how set up our Zerg player is. He is in a pretty good position so far. How many drones is he currently at? 60. So he doesn't really want to be making more drones. These Oracles as well are going to be picked off. And that's just... Okay, 1 goes down, but the Prism does manage to save another. But Zest's control, just not what it has been in recent... In the last couple of months. He's been really on form. To the point where I actually pinged him as a favourite to be able to beat Cyril in Home Story Cup, but maybe he's just tired, We do have Impact going for that traditional creative play, the TLO of Korea. Really, really cool to see this Ling drop coming in. Not the most uncommon build in the world anymore, but it's certainly not something you see every game. Zest is moving across the map, and Zest has a lot of sentries. Only 1 Immortal with this, so it's kind of surprising to see. Impact is going to drop these Lings. And the counter-attack will be very, very strong. There's not any Ravagers. There's the one Ravager. And Impact does have full vision of this. His +1 is only about 20 seconds away. And you can see now that he does have a difficult fight. These Ravagers are very important units. Losing them this early, very, very scary. He even puts in a Transfuse and doesn't manage to save it. Now this push from Zest is very, very threatening towards Impact. Impact has done a huge amount of damage across the map. You saw 15, 16 more workers have gone down. But he has to hold on this front. Impact is up 50 supply though. He has more and more units streaming into this fight. He has a great concave. The force field's very good to deny. A lot of these riches on the left, the ones on the right also go down pretty nicely. The Warp Prism doing its thing, but I think there's just too much here. It does look like Impact is going to steam forward. He is looking to take game 1. GG is called, and Impact gets the victory and gets us off to a flying start. Boom. As I was mentioning earlier, this is my co-caster. This photo of my dog from a couple of days ago. I hope you like it. I certainly do. So Zest's map pick. Zest map pick is going to be next. We'll have to wait and see what he goes for. Cyber Forest. Cyber Forest, create with mod, WCS Game Heart. Man, I'm good at this. Admin duties. Can you turn game sound up? For you, Sushi, I'll turn anything up. Yep, I can do all that. I'm just going to invite our lovely players, and then I will, I know there's a couple of small sound niggles, that's the word we'll use. Just small little things. But we'll fix that. Zest is not going to be casting with me, although I'm sure he would be honoured. Zest is ready, and we are going to get into game 2. I think my game sounds probably a little better, guys. I will turn it up slightly. Do I have time? Masterful. Yeah, boy. Should be a bit better now, if not a little bit too high. We are loading into map 2. It is going to be Cyber Forest. Impact takes the lead in this best of 9 show match. I will see you guys on Cyber Forest. Swipe! I can't help but say swipe when that happens. In the top left corner, winning game 1 with some great counter-attack in play and some amazing defense against that 2-base all-in from Zest. Playing for Team LP in yellow, it's Impact. And in the bottom right, he is the pink Protoss player. Certainly, he may be down, but he's certainly not out. This is a best of 9, there's a long way to go. Playing for Team OG, Zest. Okay. Good stuff. So, what are we seeing from Zest early? We are going to see the gateway on the low ground again. It looks like Impact is looking to go for that quick expansion once again. This is Zest's map choice, so he probably does have a decent build planned on this. Certainly be interesting to see what is going on. I am just going to check that my sound is a little better now. We will open better now, question mark, my phone. So Zest has come in, gone for a scout. He has seen that it is hatch gas pool, as you would expect, very standard. He's going to use this probe to just be frustrating and try and unefficientize, that's not a real word, the mining of Zerg player. Meanwhile, Zest has got free gas this time. It does look like he is going to go for that Nexus before Cybercore, but we may see a different tech choice out of him. We will have to wait and see. Zest now getting his second gas quite quickly. Cybercore is going. Sweet, looks like sound is a little bit better. Thank you for putting up with that game 1, guys. I know I forgot to put the game set music on. It's because I play without it. It's just a habit. Impact is going for the 2 queen opening, just getting a couple of lings nice and early. He knows he doesn't have to deal with a very early adapt, so he can afford not to go up to 6. adds in his speed and everything is very normal. We do have a very quick robo here coming out of Zest. Very interesting to see. He's got the 2 gases nice and early too. I do think we're probably going to see some aggression from our Protoss player nice and quickly. This probe is going to be chased all the way home. I'm surprised he probably still doesn't kill it, does he? Actually, the Adept is going to start shading across and probably look to save the probe. Lings do pull away at the perfect time. Very nice control there from Impact. Behind this, he is starting to spread creep. His third is down, making a lot of drones. I'm intrigued by this build. There's no Twilight Council down yet, so I don't believe we're going to see a very quick Marjorie or anything like that. Sentries in production as well. Okay, so it's not going to be a Marjorie build by any means, but it's certainly looking to be a very, very aggressive build coming out of Zest here. It's not going to be a standard Archon drop. It's looking to be a Prism, probably into quite quick Immortals. But we'll have to wait and see what Zest goes for. Zest's Adept comes in, does get a bit of information, and eventually gets chased away. He's not going to choose to commit to any shades. In fact, shades home. Another gateway going down here in the front to create a wall for Zest. Behind this, the Warp Prism has now finished. Does look like he's going to pick up a couple of these units and go and be a cheeky little boy as his Warp Gate finishes. Just try and get a bit of harassment, and Immortal production is starting. You can see here, lots of sentries, Immortals on the way. I think we're going to see a very big 2-base push, but without that failed Stargate opening from Zest. Zest in the last game opened with that Stargate. He lost his first Oracle very quickly, only getting 3 drones, and then the Phoenix died when the second and third Oracle showed up, so it really didn't work too well. This time he's cut out that middleman. He is going to be going straight for this Immortal push by the looks of things. He may use it to just secure a third. We do have Impact here ready to go in and scout when the time is coming. You can see this Overlord here has come in and just scouted the natural. He would have seen the Immortal, which is nice. The second Immortal this early. Lots of roaches in production for Impact. Impact maybe a little bit concerned about any push right now. Wants to get as many units as he can. Lots of roaches. Maybe even be aggressive himself off of this free base space, I guess, that he has set up. Now, Impact does have a lot of Lings here ready to go in and try and counter as Zest moves out. Zest is probably going to choose to move out about now. He is adding on a couple more gates, but not too many. It certainly doesn't look to be all in. Is he going to take a third behind this? Okay, there we go. There are the rest of the gates. So Zest's now going to move out with a 7-gate Immortal push. Or is it 8-gate? It is 8-gate. This Ling counterattack though by Impact is going to be absolutely deadly. Zest is about to take a lot of damage. He does walk in a couple of Adepts at home to start dealing with this. There is also a Stalker. A few workers will go down, but not as many as possibly could have. Zest is moving across the map though. He has these 2 Immortals actually going home. I think Zest is maybe a little bit concerned about what's going on here. This damage a little bit too much. You can see the Adepts are slowly dealing with this Ling push, but Zest did come home. And now it looks like Impact wants to be the one to go and move out. If he can cap one of his Immortals early, this would be absolutely huge for him. It does get picked up by that Prism. Nice recycling of the Immortals there by Zest. This Observer, very, very useful, can see everything. The Immortal will go, one Immortal does go down, and that's such a huge loss. There is another 2 here. Ooh, very nice save there by Zest. A lot of units going down though. I think this is still very, very good for Impact. He's killing drones behind this. Killing probes behind this, sorry. He's going to get more and more of these Ravagers. Such great units in these early fights. He's going to start to try and break through, and once this wall goes down, I do believe Zest may be in a bit of trouble. Impact looking to take a swift 2-0 here. A lot of workers will fall immediately. There is an Immortal slightly out of position there, but Zest does micro it back. Small FPS spike there. Hopefully it's not affecting the players. Impact is going to back off a little bit as more Immortals show up, but he's killed so many workers. Zest has 23 probes right now, and 23 is a lot less than the 46 of our Zerg player. More and more Lings coming in just to tank that little bit, just to be that frustrating frontline unit to force the micro out of Zest, which hasn't been on point so far, if I can say. Pylon does go down, and now the commitment is here by our Zerg player. The Immortals will be recycled. The Bile's absolutely on point. These units falling like the great... No, I can't go with that one. I'm not going to stick with that. It does look like Zest will be able to eventually clean this up, but once again, he did lose a lot of probes. The Immortals are very, very strong, and they are alive, which is obviously very nice for Zest to keep them alive. He does have the possibility to maybe do some Immortal drop pressure across the map, or just move across the map with what he has. There are a lot of units in production though, and roach speed also on the way from our Zerg player. Impact is still in a phenomenal position. It's not to say Zest's hold wasn't good, but Zest needs to do damage. He needs to make something happen with what he has, and he just doesn't have the money to support this 8-gate base that he has set up at home. You can see the 6 there. Oh no, 7 now, because Impact killed one. Zest is going to start warping as much as he can, but just look at his money, it's so low. He's going to clear off a lot of these creep tumors on the way, just to give himself a slightly better opportunity here. The flank is coming in though from our Zerg player, and it is absolutely huge. The prism's slightly out of position. The force field stops some of the units for a while, but a huge bio lands on a couple of these immortals. The front line of units is falling so quickly. The queens are here to start damaging the prism. Immortals, I imagine, will fall soon. You can micro well, but no one can micro. Oh my god, Zest, you're a machine. There's one of the immortals down. Another one falls. There goes a third, and there goes the game. GG, and Impact goes up 2-0 in this best of 9. Swipe. Hi. I should sit up. Bad posture. Ooh. I've moved my webcam, which is a different position for me. It's weird, actually. I find myself looking at my second monitor more than my first, so I thought if I move my webcam, I'll be looking into it more. Clever boy. So it is Zest map pick. Guys, I do want to take a minute quickly to talk about one of our sponsors who provide us and let us do these absolutely phenomenal events. I want to talk about 24-hour fitness, guys. So, please just indulge me for 1 second. If you frequently find yourself not going to the gym because the motivation just isn't hitting you at the right time, you know, it's hitting you at like 3 in the morning, and you're like, yeah, I want that gym body. What can you do at 3 in the morning? Some sit-ups, some press-ups? No, what you can do is you can go to 24-hour fitness. As the name implies, they are open 24 hours a day. They are there 7 days a week. They have pools, personal trainers, free weights, classes, cardio machines, absolutely everything you'd wanted. You can get a free fitness plan. It's all included in your membership. 436 locations across the United States. Guys, if you want to get fit, if you want to get that you know, those 6-pack abs, check out 24-hour fitness, and thank you for them for supporting us. Cheers, guys. Okay, we are waiting for Zest to pick the next map. He's having a think. Currently 2-0 for Impact. A little bit of a surprise, I would go so far as to say. Impact looking on fire against Protoss. His EVP is, I would say, if you look at WCS EU, the Zergs are doing pretty well. But Zest is a player that I expect to take a couple of maps. I wouldn't be surprised to see him now bring this back. Once again, guys, if you're enjoying this, thank you so much. Please throw the channel a follow, or even if you're enjoying me, throw me a follow. I am at GrantSC2 on Twitter and on Twitch, and I cast a lot now. I cast a lot. If you're also going to be in Krefeld, Germany in the next week for Home Story Cup, buy me a beer. I'll be the drunk English one. That isn't Wardy, who I don't think's going, or Risky. I'll be the other drunk English one. I'll be the most drunk English one. We are still waiting for Zest to pick his map. It's going to be Kairos. Kairos. Junction, create with mod. WCS Game Heart. We are creating the lobby for map 3, Kairos Junction, Zest's map choice. The format of this is I pick the first map and then the loser picks the next map. It's pretty straightforward. We go through all the maps, and then if we get all the way to 9 games or 8 games and we have to reset, then we reset. I am just going to invite the players to the game, make sure it is not myself playing. Zest is pending. No match history. And also, if you like my dog, where is he? Over here somewhere. Just waiting for Zest to say he's ready. Yep. Impact spams lobbies like no one I've ever seen. Beep, beep. It's actually super impressive. Okay, guys, we are loading into Kairos Junction for map 3 of the Alpha Pro Series number 88. I will see you on Kairos. In that time, I meant to update the scores, but I'm bad. I'm bad at this casting job. Okay, in the top left, up 2-0. Incredible Roach Ravager play in the last couple of games. And this game, he's going to mix it up. It is the Yellow Zag from Team LP. It's Impact. Oh, look at this cute little car bottling. And in the bottom right, playing for Team OG. He is the OG Protoss player, coming from Korea. In pink, it's Zest. He's got a mountain to climb. If anyone can climb that mountain, it's Zest. I've seen this guy's calves. Zest is a tank. Zest has been in the gym. We do have that early gateway on the low ground coming from Zest. Impact, as we previously said, has gone for that very, very, very early pull. I believe it was 13, but I'm not entirely certain. I was doing intros. Looking to be the aggressor in this map. Now, Zest is scouting, and that's going to be very nice for him. He's going to go in and see that there is no hatchery. And Impact is a player that you just want to scout against. He's certainly very spicy. Zest will try and slow down this hatchery just a little bit. Is Impact actually taking it, though? I don't know. He is making 6lings and will be aggressive with those straight away. No gas just yet. Zest considers trying to block the hatchery, but instead goes, maybe not. 6lings will be making their way across the map. We do see the answer for Zest is to throw down a second gateway immediately and try and create an almost full wall off. Is this full? No, this isn't full. Is it? No, it is full. Yeah, it is full. Now, you can see... Oh my god, Impact! Impact streaming across the map. But he does need to break down this wall very quickly. He does go for the mineral walk with the drones. Very, very nice here to get behind all of his units. The Zealot is standing strong though. It's killing a lot of his units. You can see it is now starting to fall down in health. A lot of the probes have been pulled. The Zealot is still up. The Zealot finally goes down, and now the Lings are able to get into the fight with the probes. The probes now looking to be in a lot of trouble. Very nice control there by Zest so far. Another Zealot does pop and is immediately surrounded. It will be able to take down a couple of his units, but nothing too much. You can see the probe count falling on the left-hand side. Zest is not mining right now. Well, I mean, neither is Impact, but whoever wins this fight will win the game. Impact is looking strong. He's going to unpower. The Adept does come out. It doesn't get the unpower. There is another pylon. The Adept is surrounded. Doesn't choose to try and shade out to save itself. Will go down, just doing as much damage as it can. Actually, it does stay strong with a couple of health, and GG. Impact takes it. Zest realises he has taken too much damage. More units were arriving. And we have a very, very quick 3-0 out of Impact. Which scene should I be using, guys? This one? Yeah, this one. Here we go. Wow, very, very clean right there from Impact. Impact not messing about. He wants to win this 110 plus whatever match arena quest. Guys, which you can contribute to. Please check it out. He wants to win that prize money. He wants to go out, get some Korean barbecue and some... what do they call that? Soju? Soju. He wants to pie. He's also annoyed he wasn't invited to Homeschool Cup. Last map pick. Guys, I do want to take a minute once again. I know I've just done it, but that was a quick game. Oh my god, the arcade chat. To talk about one of our other sponsors. And right now we're going to talk about GameStop. Thunderbird is going to be the map. GameStop have always brought power to the players, but now they're bringing it specifically to us, the esports players, which is very exciting. Their new program offers coaching and support from some of the most prominent players and teams in the world. If you like CSGO, if you like League of Legends, if you like Dota, if you like auto chess, I love auto chess, then please check out GameStop through the Match Arena quest. They provide all of these services as well as selling all of your games across America and Europe. They are there to support you, and they support us. So please check them out, guys. Give them a thank you. Send them a tweet even, just saying thank you for this content. The more love they get, the more love we can give to these players. And these are incredible players that we want to support. So thank you, GameStop. We really appreciate you. You're just waiting for Zest to join. Thunderbird. Seeing a lot of good luck have funs, a lot of go-go's. I'm joining in with it now because I feel like I'm missing out. Guys, we are loading into Thunderbird. We'll be there shortly. We have a very, very, very fast 3-0. 3-0 in 30 minutes so far from Team LP's Impact. which is exciting. If Impact can 5-0 Zest, can you even imagine? For now, I will see you on Thunderbird. In the top left corner, I forgot to do my scores again because I was being silly. Playing for Team LP, he is the aforementioned Zerg player. In yellow, it's Impact. And in the bottom right, playing for Team OG, the hill he has to climb is quickly becoming a bit of a mountain. Down 3-0 in this series, it is the pink Protoss player, it's Zest. The good thing for Zest is, even if he loses this series, he's still ridiculously good at this game. Like, yeah, he's having a bad day at the office, but he's going to go to Home Story Cup and probably win a good chunk of money. Zest is looking to open the same as he has in every other game. This time, it does look like Impact is not going to go for that cheese, that very quick pull. He is going to go for the hatch gas pool, I would imagine. Very standard from himself. Gas. 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 I'm going to wait until I'm proven right or wrong. There. Oh, no. Wait, is it free hatch? Oh, it's a proxy hatch. I didn't even see it across the map. I knew something was weird here. Okay, so Impact is going for something very, very different. He has gone for this proxy hatch. You can see Zest immediately pulling, I think, 8 or 9 is the optimal number. Impact will probably cancel this and immediately throw down an evolution chamber. It has a lot of health and it blocks a natural for a long time. Cancel Impact. Oh, he doesn't manage to get the evo. Okay. So this ended up being pretty good for Zest. Obviously, he lost a lot of mining time, but Impact did slow down all of his tech to get that hatchery up nice and early. Impact will continue to try and buy as much time as he can. The Nexus now goes down about 30 seconds late. But I think this ended up being pretty good for Zest. It could have been a lot worse. He did pull, I think maybe, I don't know if it was the exact right number of workers or one too many from the speed. I guess it could be one too many. But, I mean, if it works and you don't die, it works. Zest is immediately going to be going across the map here with this Adept. And there is nothing out yet. There won't be any Queens for a while. Queen production will only just begin now. There we go, there's 2 Queens. And Zest actually choosing to stay home and kill the drone, which is slightly surprising. I would have thought he would have gone for the harassment. But chooses not to. We do see the Stargate thrown down for Zest. I guess the Adept's purpose here was to deny that information. There is no Overlord actually in place to get that quick sack and scout. So the Stargate certainly has a little bit of potential, and I do like Zest's position in this game. He is currently even on workers. Sure, his army count is a little lower. There's, I think, 6 Lings out right now. So the Adept won't get particularly anything done, and may be able to get a Shade in and a Scout. It won't be able to get this Tumor, unfortunately, for Zest. And Zest fans out there. Zest does go in and see that it is just 1 in gas. Able to click on it and see the mind amount. And everything is relatively standard. Zest is going for the Oracle first. In the game 1 where he opened Stargate, I need to do a big kick up. Ready? That's gone. He went Phoenix, it's slightly different. OG Zest Stalker is going to come in and deal with this Overlord. Get that kill there, very nice for him. Didn't deny any information particularly, but that's information denied for a later state. We do see the Robo thrown down by Zest, and this is in a hidden position. This won't be scouted for a small amount of time. The Oracle going across the map, a second one in production to join it. Behind this we do have the Spores in perfectly good timing here from Impact. And Queens are in position in every one of these bases to stop these Oracles getting too much done. Now there is no Phoenix accompaniment, so Queens can't be lifted. Oracle here does immediately get chased off, 0 kills for that. And a nice hold here. Roach Warren does go down at about the standard time for Impact. Obviously everything's a little slower because of that opening he chose to go for. But everything's looking bomb. We're seeing more gateways coming out of Zest, and it looks like Zest is actually looking to play a little bit more macro. He is getting that Twilight Council as well as the Robo. And unfortunately for us guys, it definitely isn't going to be like a delayed Marjorie. He does have gas in his natural. We are going to see probably an Archon drop follow up. That Templar Archives is down. Another Overlord actually looking to go down here. Very nice for Zest. Might get away. It's going to be close. Was it 3 more shots? You're going to eat. Oh, 7 health. Dance it, Zest. Make it do the wiggly dance. Drones are going down across the map. These Oracles have finally found their mark. Managed to get a few kills. Also, just generating a lot of pressure. Forcing a lot of APM at home. Forcing more units to be produced, more queens. There are roaches being produced en masse right now from our Zerg player, and Ling's ready to counter if a movement were to come out. We are seeing more gateways coming down for Zest. That puts our total to 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are in the main? 6 gates. This is still looking actually very aggressive with the Archons. These Oracles will fly over this pack of Lings, choose not to go for the kill. You can see the Archon drop is loaded up and ready to go. There are a couple of roaches here and a few queens. Actually, this is a really scary place to fly over. Oh god, Zest. Oh, Zest. Zest immediately loses the Archon drop. This is so bad for Zest. Just not on his A game today. He loses both Archons. He loses that Prism. And Impact is laughing all the way to the bank right now. This base will almost immediately be cancelled, I imagine. Instead, actually choosing to go for the probe. Not necessarily a bad shout as units were swarming over from Zest. Zest still has a decent tech at home. Did he get anything with that Twilight Council? No, the Twilight Council currently not proved to have any value, but it is there for a later time. I guess it was mainly there to set up for that failed Archon drop. We do have the Spire coming down from Impact. A little bit of lag there. I think it's just my connection to Korea. I don't think the players are feeling it. Double Stargate coming out from Zest. So Zest was a good read actually of this game so far. Going up to the triple Stargate will put him in a great position to deal with the Muta switch that is coming. But I just don't know if he's going to have enough to deal with a large swell of roaches. Lots of roaches and lings coming in. A 4th base thrown down for Impact. This Overseer didn't manage to get too much of a read from what I can tell. It was chased away by this big group of Stalkers. Phoenix production is beginning. Zest needs time. He needs to get this 3rd base running. He needs to get this solid 6 gas economy going. And Impact doesn't look like he's ready to give him that time. There are 6 mutas on the way, and these 6 mutas just prove such an annoyance as a harassment tool while the main bulk of the army attacks the front or the 3rd. I like that. It's like a pretty blue rainbow that's only one colour. That's good. Impact is slightly supply blocked. That Overseer, it looks like, did go down. All the Overlords have been cleared by these Phoenixes. A couple of Oracles will prove to be valuable, but this is so many units. The force fields need to be very good here from Zest. They are very, very good to start off with, actually. They do by the time they need. The Immortal is going to be here ready to chunk away. Already 3 kills on that bad boy. You can see the Mutas will be heading towards the main. There is a cannon in the main, and Phoenixes will be able to reinforce very quickly. Zest's setup isn't bad. He just needs to survive this frontal attack. Force fields not as good this time, but still prove enough. And that 3rd one, maybe a little bit late, buddy. But I respect that. More and more sentries being walked in. Zest knows what is important in this game. The Phoenixes clear up the Mutalisks as well. Very, very nice there from Zest. And Zest is starting to swell in supply. He's starting to look like he's made it through this. And his economy is very good. He is at 66 workers, very healthy number for a Protoss player, continues to make more. His +2 is on the way. The 1-1 is just finishing right now, as well as Hydra range for Impact. The Impact is about to have a lot of Hydralisks. Another Overlord goes down. Impact has played very much like a laser and is already at the 200 supply. Sorry, a laser. These Phoenixes getting a few kills, very, very nice here from Zest. Zest starting to feel his way into this game, certainly. His position definitely not bad. 4 more gates on the way, and another Robo as well. Very interesting here from Zest. Really getting a lot of these units out. We do have that Lurker Den for our Zerg player, and a lot of Immortals and a lot of Phoenixes. Very good against that. He is also going to want to get Storms pretty quickly, I think. There we go. Beep, beep, beep. To deal with all of these Hydras. These Phoenixes have been a real annoyance. Really, really cost efficient so far, I would say. They dealt with the Mutalisks, they killed a lot of workers, they're keeping that map pressure solely in Zest's court. Meanwhile, Zest's upgrades are looking pretty good. He is getting High Templars, he is getting Storm, he's getting 110 pylons at once. Only 4 Lurkers currently. I do think he's going to look to go up to 8 or 9 probably. 5, yeah, so a little bit closer to 8 or 9. Lots and lots of Lings and Hydralisks are being produced as well. Zest supply is still a little low, still only at the 156 mark, but he does have a lot of money to spend. Immortals are being pumped out. Phoenixes continue to kill a lot of Overlords. Impact is maxed though and moving out. Zest needs to survive right now. His +2 will be very, very important in this fight if he can get that up. He is looking to move out and just buy a bit of time with his Phoenixes. The force fields are going to need to be on point once again, and they are very, very good from Zest. He needs to force field off to the left. The storm comes down on all of his Lings. A few roaches trapped here doing the force field dance. Zest survives. The supply now a little bit higher. He needs to hit this force field once again. The Phoenixes do come in. But these lurkers are doing so much in this fight. And where is the detection for Zest? The Oracle is here. It does hit the Revelation on all of them now. And the Immortal count is looking pretty good. Let's take a look at this unit stat. 5 Immortals. He certainly wants to get up again towards 7 or 8 to be able to deal with this. He is setting up a lot of Stasis Wards, or they were probably set up earlier. We do have a big drop coming in from Impact. Impact dropping all of these Roaches and Hydralisks here on top of the economy. Meanwhile, he is going to move in at the front door and try and secure that location. Now, these Stasis Wards could be very, very good. Catches a few of the units. The Storms, though, very much money right now. There's so much damage being done to Zest. I don't know if Zest is going to be able to hold on all fronts. These Immortals are getting ticked away at. The Stasis is going to run out very, very soon. It does look like the Lurkers were cleaned up, but he took 20 probe damage in the meantime. Now the Phoenixes will very slowly be able to clear this up. The run by at the third didn't do too much, so that's one thing Zest, I guess, has going for him. And this is now eventually cleaned up. But Zest did take a lot of damage. Now supply's still very even, but Zest's economy is in tatters. He really needs to find a good fight right now. The Oracle is still alive, and that's very important to hit those Revelations. There we are. And be able to deal with this. You can see these Lurkers picked up immediately. The Phoenix is now finding what they needed to be doing in these fights. The Archon's tanking a decent amount of Lurker damage as well. And now Zest is feeling brave. He's feeling bold. He is going to move across the map. Behind this, his 4th base is being taken. A little bit slow. He certainly would have wanted that about 2 minutes ago, but he did have other priorities right then. The Phoenix is looking to get some damage done, but these Hydralisks on location, ready to deal with that. And Zest is actually looking to just play a slightly safer style. He's going to get a lot of Archons by the looks of things. He's getting that shield upgrade. The Greater Spire already halfway done though for Impact. Impact seems to be in a great position. His tech is very strong. Will we see the Tempest transition soon out of Zest? His money is so low. He's finally getting back up towards 60 workers, but he's just not that close yet to being able to afford to start producing those Tempests 2 or 3 at a time. There are a lot of High Templars, and those Storms will be important. This amount of Phoenixes can deal with a few Broodlords. But Corrupt is obviously very good. The Adrenal Glands and +3 ranged on the way here for Impact. And Impact is just setting up the tools he needs to be able to take a great fight. Zest isn't moving out or committing to anything too much. These Lings try to find this 4th base. Oh, actually, Zest isn't mining with a lot of these workers. He does fix it. There we are. And look at this swell to the left of units right now. Impact is channeling the Swarm. He is all over the place, looking to find the fight. Vipers are also here. These very, very good units for dealing with so much of the tech right now, especially if there were Tempests or anything. He actually does choose to throw down Blinding Clouds on the cannons, which something. Does he go full? Does throw down. The abilities on the Phoenixes here. The Phoenixes start to take a little bit of damage, but Zest does look like he's holding at this front okay. This front as well seems to be held. Zest does hold on, barely. Phoenixes will be forced to come back to deal with this. Lurkers take so many Phoenix shots to die. What the hell? They're some tanky boys. So Zest does hold on to both his bases, but once again his work account was dealt a blow. Stasis Wards are here. Adrenal Glands now finishing. 6 more Lurkers in production. No Broodlords or I believe Corruptors just yet. I haven't seen any Corruptors at least. Nope. But lots and lots of Lurkers. The Vipers as well obviously prove very, very strong in these scenarios if they can hit either the big yoinks. We do also have attacks coming in multiple locations. Zest losing 5 more workers down here. Sorry, I missed that, guys. Zest impacts all over the place. He's hard to keep up with as an observer. This huge Adrenal Ling Flood is doing so much damage. These Zealots just are falling. look how quick they get picked away at. The lane count was lowered pretty... Okay, and the Zealots will eventually win out through the day. But the main attack is here. Immortals getting yoinked into Storms, which is interesting. A lot of these Hydralisks do go down. The Zest is now down 50 supply. Impact is here. He still has a decent amount of Hydras. Actually, just having a few here in the stasis probably just proved really vital for Zest's survival. Not able to pick off all of the Phoenixes. The workers are falling. GG is called, and Impact goes up to match point in this best of 9. Wow, great play. Very, very close, even game, as you can see there. Zest was ahead in a couple of scenarios, but Impact just... his counter-attacks are so strong. He's able to kill so many workers. And now we deal with me. And now I will sit up again. Oh, my hair's collapsed, look. Guys, thank you so much for joining once again. I haven't had a chance to speak to you too much. The games have been rapid. But thank you. I really appreciate it. There's a really healthy number of you guys here today, which is crazy to see. Thank you so much. My name is Grant. You can see my social media below. I am at GrantSC2 on Twitter and Twitch. I commentate for Team Alpha. This is Alpha Pro Series number 88. I am going to take a very quick minute, guys, to run an ad for one of our sponsors. So please stick with it. It will only take 1 moment. It's about 15 seconds long. So, guys, we'll be right back. I won't run it again, guys. We are getting into the next map. It is going to be King's Cove for Zest's next map choice. But thank you very much once again to our sponsor, 24 Hour Fitness. Did I just invite the right person? Yeah. You like the lady in the video, you can achieve your goals at 436 locations. Get that 6-pack that you want. That 6-pack that I need. The only 6-pack I have is a beer. It's a bit early for that, though. We are just waiting for the players to join. And we will be getting into the next game. Now, as I have said, Impact is on match point, guys. 1 more map, and Impact gets that clean sweep, 5-0 against Zest. He is looking absolutely incredible. We will just wait to see if the players are ready. Go, go. Zest says good luck. We are loading in, guys, to our possibly final map. These are live games. This is not from replay or anything like that. So we will... this could go 5 more maps. Or this could end in the next few minutes. Let's hope not. I'd really like to see Zest get on the board. For now, guys, I will see you on King's Cove. Okay, guys, in the top left, he is down 4-0 in this series. Playing in blue this time. A change of colour for a change in the scoreline. Let's hope so. It is OG's Zest. And in the bottom right, absolutely incredible play. Be it micro, be it macro, be it aggression or defending. So far, Impact has had it all. Playing for Team LP in yellow. It's Impact. And I feel like Impact's one of those players who's just so close to that big win. I don't know. He's so good right now. I'd really like to see Impact go on and take a GSL or something along those lines. Zest is going to opt for the same opening he has every game. Impact is also going for the more standard opening. I don't think we're going to see a proxy hatch this game. The proxy hatch not really working out too well last game, but Impact is able to win through other means. I mean, maybe it did work out. I'm not good enough to be able to tell you that it didn't do exactly what Impact had intended. The game certainly did go longer. Impact has gone hatch gas pool, as we had previously alluded to. And everything looking pretty standard. Zest with just a 2 in gas right now. Gets his Nexus slightly quicker. And the game is going to pan out pretty standard. I've been tagged in something. Nothing too important. Okay. Impact is getting his pool. Behind this we do see the Cyber, Core and Nexus It was Nexus before Core from Zest. Zest may be looking to play this one out a little bit more. This is a pretty decent map. For Immortals, you can hit this third location quite well. It's very open out here though, and that's not what you want as the Immortal Sentry player. It really depends on the position you can get. Impact has been very proactive at hitting early and stopping those pushes, so maybe Zest will choose not to go for that and hit that Stargate instead. So far we've not seen any tech from our Protoss player. He is holding off on that. He does go for the Twilight Council first, so mixing it up, something we haven't seen. We may see just a very quick Archon drop. We'd have to see a Robo pretty soon for that. I think the Robo comes down relatively shortly after. This Overlord will be shooed away. It does survive by sitting in that spooky high ground location. Impact is playing very safe, very standard so far. There is the Robo, so it does look like we are going to have that Archon drop nice and early here from Zest. Zest has certainly tried a different build every game. He's just not found that winning formula here against Impact yet. Zest fans out there, you need to start crossing your fingers and your toes, because he does have a battle here. We do see the Dark Shrine getting set up for that Archon drop. Also, you know, the Dark Shrine, if you see an under preparation, it still serves a purpose. It can certainly, the DTs themselves can be very, very efficient. Almost game ending. Impact hasn't got any information yet out of this game, which is definitely proving to his detriment, as you can see. Ooh, wrong camera. He has not scouted the main whatsoever. This is Impact's point of view. Man, he's quick. What the Let's watch Zest. Zest. Not as quick, Zest. Alright, you're picking it up. Alright. Dark Shrine getting close to finishing. That Prism is on the way. And we will see moving out shortly. Now, Spores, only now just starting at the 4-minute mark, will be decent for setting up. Actually, the Prism went straight past. He didn't stop to kill the Overlord. Maybe feeling like there's a potential here to do a little bit of damage. There is no Spore on the space. DTs could really do some damage here. The Lair is now finishing, and I'd expect we see that Overseer immediately, and we do so. Zest is going to go in with the DTs before any Archons and try and make something happen. Now, the Overseer is just going to finish, and this DT is in a bit of trouble. Should be able to save it with that Prism, and does so. In this location, there is detection, but he's getting some work done, actually. The Queens and the Roaches ran away. This Dark Shrine doing some work so far. 8 workers, you can see more and more are falling. This one in the main, this is where the money has come from. Zest absolutely making something happen with this DT. 13 kills. Can he also save it? No. Not going to be able to save it, but this DT can oh my god, is he actually going to? Oh, that's so sick. Zest does manage to save the DT. 13 workers killed. Zest is now up in workers. Behind us, he is getting Immortals. He is getting his Forge. He is looking to kill an Overlord and plop down at full supply blocking Impact. We now have to wait and see whether we see the third base from Zest, and I do anticipate that. And here he comes. There is a Ling on position. That's annoying. Oh, he gets it. Nice. But Zest has made things happen, and now if he wants to, he can just go into standard Archon drop. He can start harassing and dealing with these Roaches, doing some DPS, clearing some creep if he takes the Observer with him. There are a lot of drones coming out of Impact, as Impact knows he needs to recuperate that. An Evo Chamber, just the one. Spores going down another bases to stop the potential of Archons coming in and dealing some damage. We do see that it is now an Archon. Not really sure what's going on here, Mr. Zesty Boos. Load up. Archon and a Zealot. Interesting combination. Archon and a Zealot walk into a bar. Something hilarious happens, I'm sure. We do see these changelings moving across the map. I imagine Zest would have got an idea of that. And here we go, as I said. Oh, it's a DT, it's not a Zealot. I apologise, guys. Creep will be cleared very, very efficiently. I'd like to see him cycle up to this side and start clearing that creep as well. For now, everything is born. Everything is looking good for Zest in this position. He is still keeping up in supply, still even in workers, which for a Protoss player is now about to change. It's good at the 7-minute mark. Zest will certainly be feeling pretty comfortable. His upgrades are looking pretty good. He's getting Zealot legs. His Overseer took a slap. And all this creep is being cleared. There will be no creep pushing up this bottom side of the map. Oh, immediately kills those tumors. This Archon just proving so annoying. It's going to kill... Ooh, actually we'll get this Nidus network. Yes, he does. He kills a Nidus without a cancel. Zest looking dominant in this game. This is the Zest we've been wanting to see. This is what you Zest fans have wanted. Going to kill a couple more workers here, probably only 2 or 3. But this is just damage that he's able to do for practically free. And Impact hasn't been able to move out of the map. There are a lot of swarm hosts out. The Nidus will get thrown back down. Immortals are coming, but what is there to deal with these Niduses? There are no Phoenixes on the map, obviously very, very good at dealing with them. A lot of Immortals, a lot of Sentries will be useful. If he can get a few more Archons, also very, very good. Lots of Gateways means Zest will be able to do that. He does have a good chunk of money. That's 71 workers now. Zest's economy is absolutely insane. His army, on the other hand, is lacking, and Impact's is very much not. Once his Nidus finishes, where will it go down? Is that vision anywhere for our Zerg player? Yes, he does have that Overseer up here, and we will see a Nidus dropped in this location very shortly. With a whole load of swarm hosts in it. And can Zest deal with it? Zest is moving across the map. He doesn't have any army at home to stop. Oh, wasn't quite in position there, mate. Try again. And here... Oh, he's actually going to use the worm here. Oh, there's a DT here! There's a DT that will stop that Nidus worm. Wow, Zest is so good. Now Zest is moving up with all of these Archons, all of these Immortals. There are a few Swarm hosts here, and Zest goes, maybe not then. But I think Zest can probably almost try and take a fight right now. He is going to... Oh, great force field from Zest. Just picking off a few units and backing off before all of these Swarm host units, the Locusts. Sometimes I forget the names of units I know the names of. Does anyone else get that? Can connect. There is another Nidus worm thrown up, and guess what? Zest has an F2'd this guy away. This DT will kill it once again. Very, very nice play here from Zest. Zest looking very strong right now. His army is very, very difficult to deal with. This is a lot of Immortals and a lot of Archons. +2 nowhere near done, which isn't great. Probably could have got those upgrades slightly earlier in this game. You can see the Swarm hosts are ready. They puke up another wave of Locusts. All of the Lings starting to fall. These Archons are taking a bit of a battering, and Zest is eventually going to be chased away by this army. There's not many sentries. Actually, I don't believe there's one. It doesn't have any energy left. Oh, very, very big biles there, catching a couple of these Immortals. You can see Zest is now chasing. He's eating so many biles, though. Does manage to dodge that last one, but all of these Immortals now have no shields. That hardened shield ability, oh my god, 10 DTs. That is a lot of Archons. Jesus, +2 in the prism. Zest's going to move forward with an Immortal hit squad. This base is going to fall very quickly. Oh my god. Immortals are mad. These Immortals sitting out on the front though will need to be recycled pretty well. Zest's doing a good job of it so far. His micro pretty good. He is fighting on both fronts. This army down here being dealt with, this one here. Also, Zest is now up in supply for, I believe, the first time in the series. GG is looking like it's being called. He's typing. I don't read Korean, guys. I hope they're being nice to one another. GG is called, and Zest gets on the board. We have 4-1. Whew! It's a tense game. I liked it. Zest looking pretty good, though. Finally seemed to find that form. Some lag. Okay. Did you change some setting? No, but I will now. Should stop. I'm just going to close a couple of things, guys. The players reported that they felt a couple of spikes. I don't know if it is coming from me, but we'll, it's better to be safe than sorry. I've not dropped any frames. We'll close Steam just in case. 1 min rejoin. Okay. Impact is going to relog quickly just in case the lag's coming from his end. But you know what? I won't do the same. I don't think it's coming from me. Oh my god. Arcade. I'm fixing this arcade saying. I have it fixed on EU, but not in Korea. Social. That one. Is that the one? Yes, looks like. We're just waiting for Impact to come back and let us know his map pick. What maps are remaining? I need to look. I don't remember. We played Acropolis. New Repugnancy is left. And Turbo Cruise. I think they're the only two. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. New Repug and Turbo Cruise are left. Now this is Impact's map choice. For the first time, Zest has managed to take a map. Guys, if you are in chat right now, you can see that little bubble at the top of chat. There is a Matcherino. All you have to do, if you open that page, you enter that Alpha Pro Series 88 code. You are giving these players 50 cents. That's it. New Repug Turbo. I think that's it. New Repug. We're going to play New Repugnancy as the next map. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate every one of you. It's really nice to spend my Sunday early afternoon with all of you people. It's not a very nice day here in England. I know in Europe it's super hot. I'm hoping when I go on to Homestery Cup on Thursday it's not too hot. But yeah, it's pretty overcast here. It's not too good. Zest. Zest is going to rejoin. Give myself referee. We are still on match point for Impact. Just waiting for Zest to make sure he is ready. Zest down. Go, go. We are loading into New Repugnancy right now, guys. You can hear that beep, beep, beep. 3, 2, 1. I hope you guys are having a nice time. My name is Grant. You can see my social media below. I'd love it if you threw me a follow. I do cast a lot of StarCraft. I also tweet a lot of pictures of my dogs. My dog is my co-caster today. You can see him there. It's just a photo of him though, because he doesn't sit still long enough to put a cam on him. I will load into the game and see you there. Swipe. Okay. Oh, I didn't get scores. Ah, it's definitely not 9 for Zest. Zest has 1, Impact has 4, there we go, in this best of 9. With 1 on the map, winning the last map. Playing for OG, the Pink Protoss, this is Zest. And in the bottom left, for Team LP, still on match point, still only needs 1 more to take this series and the lion's share of this prize pool, over $100. It is the Yellow Zag, Impact. Okay. So New Repugnancy is the map. Quite a short map, could be very good for some aggression out of our Zerg player. He is actually going to go for that hatch first. It doesn't look like he's going to be going for the proxy hatch either this game. He is going to be playing relatively standard. Zest as well, playing very, very normal. Same opening every game. The only thing that's really changed is how many he puts into his gas at different points, depending on if he goes Twilight or Robo. If I'm Zest right now, I do the same build again. It worked really, really well. Maybe not the DTs, I think Impact would be prepared for that, but the Archon drop itself, is that quick opening, looks really good. Now Zest obviously does know best. Certainly better than I, so we'll have to see what he chooses to go for. So far opening with that standard Gateway, Nexus, then Cybernetics core. Has his amount of workers that he needs in gas, Cybernetics core, and then we'll see a pylon shortly afterwards. No proxies or anything from Zest. Zest, I guess, not a big fan of that versus Zerg right now. We will see that 2 Queen opening coming out of our Zerg player. The third base should follow relatively shortly. I imagine this is the drone that is going to take it. Just kidding, haha. Ah, he gets Queen first, yeah? Yeah, Queen Lings, then third. That makes sense. We'll have to see what the tech choice is from Zest. Very easy map to be scouted. As you can see, this Overlord is immediately going to fly into that main. Zest is going for the Stalker first. He will catch a glimpse of that. I still think he's going to throw his tech down anyway. Could try and fake it. We do have that Twilight Council. The Overlord will see it eventually. And there's the third base coming out of Impact. Impact having a couple of lings also coming across the map. This Stalker's going to come and deal with this Overlord. Bonk, bonk, bonk. May try and get underneath it just to ensure the kill now. The kill's happening no matter what. Roach Warren has gone down here from our Zerg player. Quite quickly. Very quickly. Maybe just to try and stop the... Ooh, this is annoying. To try and stop the Archon drop, but also we may see a Roach Ravager all in. Very Cyril-esque against Protoss. Cyril a big fan of going for a lot of Roaches and a lot of Ravagers and hitting off of free bases. No Robo. What is this? What are you doing, Zest? Nothing happening with the Twilight Council yet. We are seeing the Robo now, but it's a bit late for an Archon drop, no? We'd also need to see a Dark Shrine pretty soon, or a Templar Archives. We'll wait and see. Just adding on a couple of gateways. As Forge finishes. What is this? Now there are a lot of units coming across the map here for impact, and Zest has built this Twilight Council and just done nothing with it. We do have impact starting to move across. He does have a lot of Roaches and Ravagers. As I said, this free base Roach Ravager push off of like 39, 40 drones is very scary. Hallucinated Phoenix does see that this is here right now, and what does Zest have? He has sentries. And sentries are pretty good, but not against this amount of Roaches and Ravagers who can break down those walls. Only one Ravager here at the moment, slightly frustrating. I'm surprised not to see more. Across the map, Hallucinated Phoenix not really doing actually anything. And Impact is in the base. Impact right now looking to take this win. The Force Field comes in eventually, but there's only sentries here. No Ravager actually able to get into the fight just yet. Zealots are morphing in. This wall a little bit awkward right now, and the Ravagers have now joined the fray. There are not too many units left. It does look like Zest may eventually clean this up with this cannon and these batteries. Actually, the cannon ended up vital in this. The Immortal will come down, and this will be cleaned up. Zest actually taking a supply lead. Zest is up so many workers. How did Zest kill so many workers? I'm very confused. I didn't see it happen. Is there a prism or something? He didn't kill any workers. I swear Impact had more. Well, I'm done. Oh. Alright, ignore me guys. We all make mistakes. I haven't had my morning coffee just yet. Zest now continues to macro up behind this. He's certainly put himself in a great position. He is up in workers quite dramatically. That will change eventually, obviously. But his army as well, very scary. The Prism is going to come out. And we do see a drop loaded up. Now, will this be scouted? Does look like Impact will have some units in position to see this coming. And it does so. I don't know if you saw that. We do also have this Hallucinated Phoenix continuing to be annoying. This drop is going to get into this main completely unseen and undefended. And Zest is going to go for it. He's going to try and kill as many workers as he can right now with the Immortal and a couple of Adepts. GG is cool. And Zest, 2 in a row, is bringing it back. Wow. I'm still confused by that game. I thought I looked at the drone count and saw 39, but maybe it was the army count and I'm stupid. That's highly likely. Yeah, it was the worker count. Okay, I'm just dumb. Okay, so Turbo Cruise is going to be the next map. I believe that's the last map. I am just going to take a quick look. I haven't missed any. Kings we've played, Kairos we've played, Acropolis, Cybercross. Yeah, Turbo Cruise is the only map left. So, Turbo Cruise is going to be the next map. Custom, melee. I'm not used to doing admin stuff, guys, so I apologise for being shit at it. I think that's the technical term. Excuse my language. I'm English, we swear a lot. Just invite the players, guys, and then I'm going to do some selling out for you. I'm sure you'll all appreciate that. We do have one more sellout to do today. So we do have Turbo Cruise, as everyone knows. This map is a meme. It's pretty funny. Impact just typing in green. GG ready. We're just waiting for Zest. Zest is elected not to join the lobby. Maybe just needs a moment. I'm going to meme with Impact while we wait. We are, Zest is here. Just make sure he's ready. Zest is typing. Good luck, have fun. And we are going into Turbo Cruise, guys. Guys, as we load into this map, I do want to take just one moment of your time to speak about GameStop. And GameStop have always given power to the players. Not only have they been probably the biggest source of brick and mortar AAA titles and physical titles of games in the world, but they also do things like repair your controllers, pre-owned games, merchandise, pop figures, all that cool stuff that we all love so much, all that gaming merchandise, that memorabilia. But now they have a new program that features coaching and more from some of the most prominent teams and players in the world. They're bringing that power to us, the esports players. You can visit GameStop's website through the Matcherino quest, which you can see just above chat to my right, to learn more. And you can also donate to the prize pool if you want to support these players. Throw them a donation, guys. It goes straight to them. The prize pool is split. I think it's 70-30. It might be 80-20. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm really bad at this. But I think what you want to see is the game. So thank you to GameStop. Let's get into the game. Here we go. Best of 9. 2 for him, 4 for him. In the top right of Turbo Cruise. Playing for Team LP. He's won the last 2 maps in a row. No, he hasn't. He won the first 4 maps in a row. He's lost the 2 maps in a row. In yellow, it is Impact. And in the bottom left, he's won the last 2 maps in a row. He is the Purple Protoss from Team OG. The OG himself. It's Zest. He is best. Okay. Turbo Cruise is a slightly different map if you're not aware. Maybe if you don't watch too much StarCraft these days. It has these inhibitor zone generators. Anything in this zone is slowed down massively. It can make for some very awkward fights. It also means moving out can be difficult because if you're caught in this zone, you're not going to be able to take a good fight. They also exist over on this side and over here. Although these ones are kind of slightly weird. I think it's just, I don't know, to slow down the quickest possible, I don't know, path. Like you can't take the, if you're a Hellion, you can't take like the best drifting line. Anyway, we do have the Cybercore before Nexus this time. Zest looking to harass a little bit on this map. You can get an Adept across pretty quickly still. The map itself is quite short and the Adept moves so quick that even in the slow zone it's not too bad. I don't like this. It's one of those personal peeves where you take a gas and you work it like they could have done like 2 trips. Would have been inefficient, but they could have done it. Zest gets a very, very good scout, does see that the pool is done, sees speed has not started, knows that there are just queens and lings on the way, very standard opening from our Zerg player. Zest may choose to go and try and block the 3rd, he is going to scout these 2 lings coming. And he can probably from this theorise that the 3rd is being taken. About 2:30 is the standard time, unless you choose to slow it, not make as many queens and take that pre-2 minute 3rd. Now, Zest's tech choice is going to be Stargate. I think that's very good on this map. The inhibit zones obviously do slow air units, but you can go around them a lot easier. You know, you're not limited by the rules. Zest trying to get that creep tumor did not manage to do so. Is going to shade into the main. I can't see this one finishing. He does not. And the game will sort of normalise. 8 lings on the way now for Impact. Slightly high for this point in the game, I think. To go up to 10. Meh. It's not too bad, I guess. Could have been a couple more drones there. Oh, okay, there are 2 Adepts at this front. That makes sense. I only saw the 1. So this amount of lings with the queens are able to deal with this very well. Creep is spreading nicely as well. See the shade backwards. Does go for a creep tumor. Doesn't get it. Mistargeting slightly there. Takes a bit of damage that he didn't want to take. This Overlord is going to die for the cause, and that cause is information for our Zerg player. Impact is going to see that it is a Stargate. Doesn't see what comes out of it, but will probably be aware. For the Stalker to come up and kill it, it's not going to be a Phoenix, because then the Phoenix would have just done it. So this Oracle is going to hidely hair across the map, make his way over. He does see this Overlord, which I believe he will use the Oracle to kill. There's a lot of dead space down to the south here where this Overlord can escape, and I think it will. Oh, actually, instead going to choose to go to the main. He's just going to run back and forth with it, isn't he? I like that. Oh, no. He's going to get away. Ah, Zest. Oh. Impact trying to use the famous Destiny Magnet. There's more to that we won't go into. Of leaving a unit out as bait and then pouncing on whatever goes for the bait. Just behind this is getting his Robo, is getting his Cybercore, looking to tack up a little bit. I think we will see a third from him in the not too distant future. Impact does have his third, he is setting up spores. This Queen could go down, chooses not to focus that, instead going to go for drones. You see how quickly 2 Oracles can vaporise that mineral line, they do force a pull immediately. Lots and lots of drones go down actually, 7 already is a nice shout here for Zest. He'll be feeling good about this. 8, 9, 10... Okay, so these Oracles have certainly found their worth, and Zest is looking really good right now. He has found his mojo in the series, and then let's face it, like Austin Powers, he didn't have it in the beginning. He had to build it up. But he's feeling good right now, for sure. Surprise? Okay, we're not seeing a third coming out of Zest. Is this to take it, or is this going to be a very aggressive push? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, what are you? Templar Archives. Ooh. So we are going up to a lot of gateways here, as you can see. T is the key I'm looking for. We are going to be going up to, I think 6 or 7 gates. I really can't count. This Ling counter-attack, very annoying. The Stalker will go down. The Adepts will eventually fall. That one there still has a good chunk of health. We'll manage to kill most of these units, if not all. The Probe will go down. A little bit annoying there. 4 drones also went down in the meantime. These Oracles, again, between them, have 14 kills. They have proven extremely valuable, and now we have that Archon drop follow up. Zest is looking to keep that pressure on, to keep that creep back, to force out units instead of drones. Oh my god. And generally keep the game in his favour. If he can keep the momentum, if he can keep the control, he's able to do what he wants behind it. The third base did come down, maybe slightly. Oh no, it's not badly timed. The Oracles are going to hit one location as this Archon drop hits another. This is a big chunk of workers currently undefended. You can see a few of them will go down immediately. 4 fall absolutely instantly. The Oracles actually chose not to go in, which is a surprise. I guess Zest was slightly worried about controlling the Archons and the Oracles at the same time. Now the Oracles will go in. They will. Oh, okay. They get the 1 worker, which also spent a bit of extra money. Just the 1 so far. Energy on them still kind of high. We'll probably get 1 or 2 more. There we go. 2 more workers do fall, and these Oracles will remain a threat. Behind this, where'd the Archon drop go? Where did you put it? There it is. Zest is going to keep this Archon drop up, keep this creep down. The Observer and the Archon drop, very, very good for clearing creep. We'll go into that inhibitor zone and kill the tumor in there. But Zest once again has control. You can see the supply. Zest is up in workers, and that is rare at this point in the game. Where's my music gone? Where's my game sound? Hello, game. I've just lost game sound, guys. I'm going to try and look into it as to why. Oh no, it is there. It's just super quiet right now. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. The Archon drop continues to be a threat on the map. Let's find out where it is. Did you lose it? No. Here we go. It's going to look to go up into the main. There are units in position. But even in this scenario, they can take a decent trade. The Oracles as well are still alive. If we look at the units lost tab right now, 25 drones have gone down to just a 1 probe of Zest. Zest's economy is massive. He's starting to make a lot of cannons now on all of his bases, just in case there was that muta switch. That Impact has gone for traditionally. He did it earlier in the series on one of the maps I don't remember off the top of my head. Archons. Oh my god, that prism. 6 health. He's going to try and run it home. And will succeed. Very nice there of Zest. To be able to save that. It is going to try and be cut off. I wouldn't be surprised maybe to see Zest recall. I think he's going to... Oh, you're going to lose it if you keep him there, mate. Oh, he actually got away. Oh my god. Zest. Goodbye. There's 2 Archons. Ah. Zest momentarily lets that concentration lapse and he does lose the Archon drop. We do have... Oh my god, Impacts are insane. Impact loading up for a big drop of his own. Has been working for him. The Oracles are in position and we'll see this as it comes. Giving Zest a chance to get in position, but his units are very far away. He will probably have to recall back to the main. He is going to just run. He's going to take a look. Okay, he does recall a good chunk of his units. Actually, it's just 2 Archons. Probes are forced to pull. The Storm very, very good. And with all of these Zealots here, this will be picked up and lifted away. Meanwhile, Impact is hitting the front. There are a lot of Archons, a lot of Immortals here, sorry, I apologise. And they're doing a good chunk of damage. The Hydras are doing decent DPS in the back, getting a couple of kills here and there, and eventually, nice force fields. It does look like Zest will be able to clean this up, and a great hole from him. He is still taking damage in the main though. There's not many units left here in the main. Zest's supply has plummeted. He's also being hit on the third. Lots of cannons there to keep that safe. That High Templar may be a little bit ambitious. Your auto attacks don't do too much damage, my friend. The drop is once again coming in. The cannon is here. That will eventually get picked off. Units are pulled back. But Impact's army here in the front is still good. Now Zest is still got decent supply. Still at 120, which isn't too bad. The Oracles didn't look like they got any more. Oh, they've got a good amount. 25 workers killed to the 10. But Zest didn't take the best of that. He was slightly out of position by the time the drop came, and then when it came the second time, he was very out of position. Maybe that all-army hotkey hitting him as it's hit all of us in the past. You can see now this army of Impact is just all over the map, just looking for anything he can catch, anything he can kill. It doesn't look like there's much observers. How is Zest's vision this game? He has very little. There are like no observers on the map actually. Impact's vision game also slightly limited, but he does have control right now. The observer here will probably go down. Oh my god, the stasis ward absolutely huge. Trapped so many of his units. Now the cannons and stuff will fall, but I think Impact's about to lose a decent chunk of units here. He can just storm on top of these as soon as it ends. They may be able to get out. There is still a large amount of units. But I don't think these guys are long for this world, unfortunately. The complete surround, the storm to dissuade anyone following. And those units do fall. So very nice there from Zest. He is now keeping up in supply. He has a Void Ray. I mean, I'm all for it, Zest, but... I don't know if you intended to make that one. Maybe he did stop the drop overlords. Yeah, that's probably what it is. They killed him really quick. Nice. +3 is started for our Protoss player. Let's take a look at the upgrades generally. We've not had a chance to talk about them too much. You see +2 is done for Impact, +2 is done for Zest, +3 much quicker for our Protoss, as you'd expect with that Chrono boost thrown into it. Blink on the way. We do have a lot of Lurkers coming out there. Let's take a look at the Immortal count. 7, that's already a really, really healthy amount. The one thing Zest doesn't have is Phoenixes, and they proved very, very important in his game that he played against Lurkers earlier on in the series. Oh, Zest gets caught out. A couple of these Immortals could fall down right now. They do look like they're going to be able to escape because we have more Immortals as friends for backup. The Lurkers here, very, very useful, as I said. Where are the Oracles right now? The Oracles... I'm not really sure. Did they die? No. The Oracles are now going to join the army to hit those Revelations on all of these Lurkers. As you can see, Lurkers fall very, very quickly once the vision is on them. That one will also... Oh, survives with 3 hit points. Probably 2 at the time of death. Now Zest is still up in supply. He is making things happen. He had a Zealot run by, which cleared the space up here. Sorry I missed that one, guys. His army is still looking good. He's adding in another Robo. Blink's on its way. +3 is nearly done. We have a fight in the slow zone, which is always just hilariously funny. Run! Except you can't. Storm's looking pretty good on some of these Riches and Ravagers. Not perfectly good. Oh, and Zest right now has a big flank, and a lot of these units are in the slow zone. Revelation does catch a lot of these units. There are still a lot in the back, and now all the Oracles are dead. There will be no more Revelations. These units actually starting to fall for Zest. More units are streaming to try and join the fight, but so many Immortals are going down. They still stand pretty strong at the north side. Zest is still up in supply as well, but he really will struggle to reinforce all of these Immortals. Now down to only 4, and with no more Oracles, his Revelations are limited. He did take a good fight up to this side as well. And the Denial of Creep has been good. Another Lurker falls down, and GG is called. Zest, ladies and gentlemen, is bringing it back. Isn't this spicy? Very exciting play there from Zest. Once again, managing to just get ahead from that Archon drop. As well as the Oracles doing so much damage. It worked out really, really well for him. Nice play there from our Korean Protoss player. We're going to play Acropolis as the next map. We are now resetting the map pool, ladies and gentlemen. We have played every map in the pool. I actually spelled Acropolis right. It's a miracle. So now it is Impact's map pick. He has picked Acropolis once again. The larger map in the pool. For a player who's been quite aggressive, slightly surprising, but, you know, I'm all for it. Let me just invite these players. I just want to make sure. Players have been invited. Impact has joined the lobby. Impact is typing. Okay, no lag, good. Everyone is ready. No match history, make myself a referee just in case. And we are loading into Acropolis, guys, for map 8. How many is that? That many. 8 maps, guys. We're nearly going the distance in this series. This is an Alpha Pro series. This is number 88. 88 times we have supported players in this community with these show matches, these best of 9 matches. They happen once or twice a week. We do have some really great ones coming up that I will show you after this map. For now, let me just update some scores. Zest is on Impact's 4, Zest 3. That makes sense to me. Best of 9. Cool. I will see you guys on Acropolis. Okay. Go away. In the bottom right, playing for Team LP. He won the first 4. He's lost the last 3. He's losing momentum, ladies and gentlemen. He is the yellow Zerg player. It's Impact. And in the top left, playing for Team OG, winning the last 3 maps in a row. Some people may say he's best, some people may disagree, but he's certainly putting up a great case for himself. It is the pink Protoss player, it's Zest. I've just been messaged by a Ufernal. Nice face. Hey, thanks, man. Okay, so we do have the gateway coming very normal from Zest. Meanwhile, Impact as well, playing very standard, going for that hatch first. Doesn't look like he's going to be going for a proxy hatch again. Didn't really work out game 1. It is going to be hatch gas pool. That's standard opening for our Zerg friend. The next variation in this game from Zest will be, will it be Nexus or Cybercore first? It is going to be a Nexus before Cybercore. No very, very early Adept harassment with those 2 Adepts as we have seen from him. He did that last game. And once again, Zest, it's just, Archon drops have just been working for him. DT's worked very well the first time he did it. Oracles alongside the Archon drop last time he did it. He's just holding very strong. Impact actually taking a much quicker third this time. Feeling the larger map, he doesn't want to get 2 queens before the third base. He's going to go for that sub 2 minute third, which is cool to see. Mixing it up a little bit, trying to get that eco going a little bit stronger. Can also just use that big free base to power through and hit that big timing. Okay, we do have that Twilight Council, so it does look like Zest is looking for the Archon drop nice and early again. We should see a robo when this is about halfway to 2/3 done. And then that dark shrine immediately following. Now, pretty decent map here for Impact to get an okay scout. He isn't going to be able to get a read of the main. The Stalker, even from Zest, was primed and ready to deal with this. There is going to be a couple of Lings coming in, and they will be annoying as the Stalker's out of position. The Stalker doesn't manage to get the kill. Zest knowing when to peel back to make sure he doesn't lose even a single worker to that early probe harassment. Now we do have the Dark Shrine down. The Robo, as I said, already close. So now it comes down to, what does Zest choose to do? Will he go straight into Archons? Or is he going to try and get some Dark Shrine shenanigans done? It has certainly worked for him previously. So we will have to wait and see. We will see that Prism immediately fired on up, as you can see there. And we have to wait and see. Behind this, the Roach Warren is now coming down for our lovely little Zerg player in Impact. Where is it? There it is. It's a weird place for it, isn't it? I suppose not. Creates a bit of a wall. I quite like that, actually. Impact has his queens. He has not added on spores just yet. I think last time he added them on about 4:30. Oh, there we go. There's the first one added right now in the natural. Only the one right now. The lair is done, and we should see a new Overseer immediately. But can he deal with this pressure better? The Overseer here on the 3rd is going to be set up and ready to go. This is immediately scouted. This queen did see this and knows what he's up against. The Overseer being here is nice. And actually the DT is not splitting this time. He's going to go for the queens instead. The Roaches should come and join this and be able to deal with this pretty easily. I don't think this is going to work as well as it did in the game on... what map was it? It wasn't Turbo Cruise. Kairos, I did it. These DTs getting really very little done. A Warpin is going to come in with another DT, and it is immediate. Oh, he is saved it. So these will turn into Archons, I imagine. Now the DT harassment wasn't, it wasn't a huge commitment because Archon drop is sort of the standard follow-up, and where the main bulk of this push, to be able to deny a lot of creep, to be able to pick off a worker or two if you're lucky. Even things like Lings will fall very, very quickly. You can see here there's a few Roaches here, probably not enough actually. These creep tumors will most likely be targeted next. He really doesn't want to lose any of these. These Roaches are starting to fall quite quickly. One of the Archons is a little low. Lots of Roaches just went down. And actually this push from Zest is starting to look pretty good. We're going to see a lot of workers go down. 4 have already fallen from that first double volley. Very nice control here by Zest. Picking up that weak Archon. As I say that, he is starting to get a little bit of trouble here. Okay, does save it. Didn't choose to push back the creep. And in fact, I believe the... if you look at units lost right now, he did lose the Observer, so none of the creep could be denied. And that is frustrating for Zest. That was a really big part of what this push was intended to do. Now, killing a lot of Roaches and doing a lot of damage is nice. It allowed him to take a 3rd base. It allowed him to add on a lot of gateways. But behind this, the Lurker then is already on the way. And Impact has hit some nice timings with these Lurkers. Maybe not in the last couple of games, but certainly in the prior games. A few more workers will fall. Buzz, buzz, buzz. What is an Archon's weapon? Did he just have like are they like Raiden from Mortal Kombat? Can they do that kicking thing that he does? That'd be cool. Okay, now our mortal production is in full swing. I think we only have the one Robo so far. Yes, we do. I'd expect to see a second relatively shortly. I do believe Zest does know. Let's take a look. Does Zest know about the Lurkers? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Okay, so he hasn't seen that Lurker den, which is quite important. Both these Archons continue to survive. More and more drones falling right now. 2 DTs. I hear swipes up here. This was very nice. This one DT has just made magic happen. Alongside the Archons, it's been very successful. This is what Zest really needed to get into this. Zest is really fighting his way back into the series. It's been really, really fascinating to watch. I really did think he was going to get 5-0, down and out, after the sort of game 3. But Zest, he has a lot of fight. Arc and drop continuing to be so frustrating, just picking off these drones and forcing these units out of position. It does look like this may finally get shut down. Oh, there's a lot of airspace here above this busy main road. And a recall will come down. Oh my god, so good. Managing to save that with just a small amount of health, and it can now just come and reinforce this push. More workers go down to that DT. But Zest is on the map right now. Not too many sentries. Let's take a look at the units tab. There is only 3 sentries, but there are a lot of immortals here. And if he can catch these Ravagers, that would be really, really nice. It doesn't manage to. There's no observer, which I'm very surprised to see. Is there a single observer on the map? No. So Zest isn't going to be able to push back any of this creep. He does have a DT being an annoyance up here, trying to pull some of the army away. And Impact needs to be careful. Observer now does join. And the creep can be pushed back and this vision can be established. Zealots do use their charge ability, a lot of them on this destructible debris. This run by is going to be deadly, I think. I'm slightly worried here for our Zerg player. Zest is looking very, very good. He's now going to start to clear a little bit of the creep on the ramp. He still has this army here ready to just push up. If he can find a good angle, and I think this could be the angle that Zest is looking for, that Guardian Shield does come down. The force field is very, very good. So many of his units trapped behind. Now, there are no revelations, so it's important that this observer stays alive. Zest does pull it back to a good position. He's out of range as well of the lurkers. Killing so many of his units, killing so many drones as well. This base up here will slowly but surely fall. There is also a drop coming in into the natural and the main, and Zest is making it happen. It does look like Zest may be just about to go up to 4-4 in this series. Oh my god, GG is called it. Zest has done it from 0-4 to 4-4. Ladies and gentlemen, will we see the reverse sweep? I don't know. But we're certainly very close to it. This is exciting, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, if you're enjoying this, please check out all of the information above. You've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got YouTube, where all the VODs will be uploaded, so you can see more of this. And we have Patreon. If you want to support these players, you know, allow us to provide more tournaments for more moolah, then check that out too. Also, if you're enjoying me, and I know not too many of you will be, but that's okay. That's me fishing for compliments. My social media is below. I am at GrantSC2 on Twitter and Twitch. Should probably get ready. Cyber is going to be the next one. So guys, we are now on the final map. It is going to be Cyber Forest. Create with mod Game Hut. I'm already getting whispers in game like this is sick. It is sick, guys. I'm really hyped. I'm so glad you're all joining me for this, and you get to see this wicked. This is like a far into the GSL match. You know, this would be like a GSL semi-final. I am going to invite the players and wish them good luck, have fun one final time. We're not going to... I don't have anything else I want to share, apart from my own stuff. Like I said, GrantSC2. Thanks, love you. Sub on Twitch, I've got a great emote. So this is going to be our final map. It is 4-4. Zest is currently ready to reverse sweep. We are just waiting for Zest to say he is ready. And we are counting down, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. All of us at Alpha appreciate you very much. I appreciate Alpha letting me do this too. Big shout out to the Alpha staff. Alpha Sushi, who is probably in chat right now. You're an absolute machine and I love you with all my heart. You already know that. This guy's done so much for me. Personally, Alpha are an organisation you don't want to sleep on, guys, because they make magic happen. And you should let people know that. We provide these tournaments almost every day. Well, not almost every day. That's a complete lie. Once or twice a week. That's almost every day. For now, though, I think we all want to see this final game. So let's get into it. And I'll shut up about non-relevant stuff. In the top left, he won 4 maps in a row. Now he has lost 4 maps in a row. He has to change the momentum if he wants to win the lion's share of this prize pool. It is Team LP's Impact in the yellow. Oh, and he plays that bug race. And in the bottom right, 4 in a row. 4 on the trot, as we'd say in the UK. Playing for Team OG, the Pink Protoss. It's Zest. I thought I'd give you a bit of dizziness on that spin. And Impact not messing about. Impact is when it comes down to it, and you know, this is a decent chunk of money. This is like $60–70 between these two from who wins and who loses. If you have the balls to do this, I feel you. I respect that. And impact is, it is going to be scouted by Zest immediately. Zest has probe scouted, I believe, every game in the series. And against impact, that's very, very smart. So we do have this very quick spawning pool, and extractor is just one gas, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that roach war and follow up. I don't think it's a ling flood. Where's the gas count currently at for impact? 64. Now 2 lings in production. Cybercore does go down for Zest. Wait, was this standard? No, it wasn't. It was pull first. Zest feels pretty safe to play, pretty open. He hasn't made a zealot or anything just yet. There are only a couple of lings across the map. Speed is started. Did I miss something here? There's a possibility I just messed this up and it was wrong. I don't think it was hatch gas pool, was it? It was pool gas hatch. So we'll get the earlier queens. Does hide that third taking drone, so he is going to take the third at about the 230 mark. Impact does have that queen already coming down to the natural, and he will be remaking in the main. I don't think it's going to be for really quick creep. I think it will be a quick inject. Oh, he's already used the inject in the main, okay. This one ling will chase this probe all the way home. Behind this we do have the Stargate from our Protoss player. Beep, beep, beep. So Zest sticking with what's generally worked for him. And now in game 2, the Stargate didn't work for him. But now coming into game 9, he's certainly found his feet. He's found his momentum. He's hit more than a few jabs. He's knocked his opponent down a few times. He's not quite got that 10 count, that TKO just yet, but he's looking for it. Now we do see an Oracle immediately as that first unit. And this hasn't been scouted. The Overlord hasn't flown in this time. This one is very, very late to the party as well. So we should see blind spores probably out of impact relatively soon, at about 4 minutes. But for now, impact just droning very, very heavily. Not making any units particularly yet. We haven't seen that roach roaring come down. The Oracle is about halfway done. And we wait. First Oracle was already out, so it's the second Oracle halfway done. I apologise, guys. We'll come in and see that this third, just as it is finishing. And target down the egg, maybe not the best idea. Slight waste of energy there, my friend. Spawn not done. Maybe could have gone in there and gone for the 1 kill. Chooses to retain some of that energy for now. Wait for the second Oracle to join the fray. We do have that Robo down behind this, and there is the Roach Warren from our Zerg. Impact is continuing to make drones, feeling pretty confident in his defense so far, obviously taking no damage. Now it gets a little scary. 2 Oracles, as we've seen earlier in the series, can decimate that drone line. There's only the 1 drone there, and that base does get skipped over. Where are the queens right now? There is just 1 in this base. Target fire for Zest okay so far. Does manage to get 1 or 2. There goes the third. 4, 5, and maybe even 6. No, takes a lot of damage though for those 5 drones. Maybe he could have controlled that slightly better. It's, you know, who knows. Behind this, it does look like we are going to have that Archon drop. Is the Robo done? I'm going to say probably yes. Yes, it is. Beep, beep, beep. And the Warp Prism on the way. These Oracles are going to keep this map pressure up as the third is taken. Just make sure these lings can't get a cancel. Very nice from Zest, knowing when to pull back when the harassment isn't viable. And I like that. That's good play. These Stalkers are going to eventually be able to kill this Overlord. Say goodbye, my tentacly friend. But there's a big move out. This is a big move out coming from our Zerg friend right now. Zest flies over it. There are queens with this army. An Immortal, not yet out. There's so little units here right now for Zest. Zest needs to warp in. He's making a lot of sentries. He needs to buy time for the Immortal, if not 2. Have a chance at this. The Oracle, obviously very, very nice, but they already took a lot of damage. And there are queens here with transfuses aplenty. Now there are a lot of force fields, and those first force fields are very, very good. Transfuses continue to come down. One of these units does fall. I think it was a Zealot. These oracles, I already lost all their shields, taking a lot of damage. This gateway getting low. The third was cancelled by a group of units over here. Another unit starting to fall down. Look at the supply, guys. Zest is down to just 78. His worker supply, his army supply is 20 less. Once this wall goes down, these lings can get such good surface area. There is a few batteries up to the north, but they're not. These two batteries up here are not in range of this army. Zest is just going to go and kill a couple of the... Impact is going to go and kill a couple of pylons. Zest won't worry about that. He's got plenty of supply in the bank. Zealot legs on the way. Nice force fields there from Zest to save all of these units. This sentry is going to be so important. And Impact needs to make something happen. He's got all these queens across the map. Does he have any at home? He does still have a few at home. So he is still warping... he is still efficiently injecting. Oracles will now come in. This queen will fall. And the drone count will follow. And Zest is in a great position. He survived that initial onslaught. Look how many workers he's currently killing. How many workers have gone down in this game so far? You can see 14, and Zest hasn't lost one. Zest is up a couple of workers. He may not have his third base, but that's fine. Look at this army he is amassing. He's soon going to have 3 or 4 immortals. 2 right now, the third one about to pop. He has that prism for micro. He already has an Archon. These oracles provide so much support and so much synergy with the rest of the army. Look at the drones falling. The harassment has been so good. Impact is slightly ahead in workers, but nowhere near where he wants to be. And Zest is looking strong. This army is coming. Is he going to take the third? He is going to take the third. Slightly surprised there. I did think we'd see him maybe move out. There's not too much. His army supply... Sure, you can see Zest is on lower army supply, but his army is so much more efficient. So many sentries. An Archon, 3 immortals now. Very, very good. This third base is very safe right now. Zest sitting in this nice position just between... If there's a run by, you can get down to deal with it. If there's a run by up here, you can deal with that. Good position to hold right now. We do see Impact is keeping lings off, ready to try and run in at any point if Zest were to move out. The Spire has gone down as well for Impact, so we should see that 6 to 7 muter. It's not really a muter switch, it's just preparation to go late game while 6 or 7 muters harass. Cannon's not yet down. +1 getting close here for both of our players. Slight lead in it for Zest. But nothing particularly exciting. Roach speed as well. And the game's sort of evening out a little bit, getting to a standard point. Zest is down in supply. He's down in workers a little bit, but he is looking very strong. As I said, his army is very, very good. And he is moving out with it. Now we do have that Ling counter-attack as expected. With Zealot legs, he can deal with this though. I don't think Zest needs to come all the way home. Zest does come all the way home. He will clean up this attack entirely. Oh no. 2 lings will live to tell the tale. But a very nice defense there from Zest. Lings obviously not expensive units, but on free bases they're still not free. That's still lava you want to be using either for drones, roaches, muters. And let's take a look at the lava count. It's very, very weak right now. And here comes the boys. Zest's army is looking massive. 6 immortals, 9 zealots, 2 archons, a couple of stalkers, some adepts. The creep will disappear. This is such a scary force right now. Upgrades are even for both of these teams. Zest needs to find the angle. He doesn't want to be attacking up a ramp. As Obi-Wan once said, he does have the high ground. This is a slightly better angle. His force feels very good. A lot of these units now caught out, and this is the concave Zest was looking for. Zest wants to punch through. Zest wants to take this reverse sweep. A lot of these immortals not microing out of the bio, taking a lot of damage, but they are also putting out the DPS. These charge zealots so strong, as anyone who's ever done a Marjorie knows. The oracles as well, very, very useful. Not actually doing too much here. Could maybe try and get involved in this fight. They have a decent amount of energy. Get those beams going, boys. There we go. Now joining the fray. Workers are falling. Look how many workers are falling right now for Impact. Impact down to 60 supply. GG. And Zest takes that reverse sweep. 5-4 for Zest. Wow. That was insane, guys. From down 4-0 to coming back and winning 5-4. Zest has done it. He is the Alpha Pro Series number 88 victor. He takes home. Let's take a look at this little matcherino right here, so we can get an idea of how much he will be taking home. $113 is the prize pool. The split is 70-30, so 70% of 113 is what? $75. Impact still goes home with the remainder, about $40, 30-ish. So, you know, you can still afford to get some good food in. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been an absolutely sick series. I really appreciate all of you being here. My name is Grant. As I've said below, I'm at GrantSC2 on Twitter and Twitch. I really appreciate you all being here and listening to me drone on about this game. Thank you for Alpha to providing this content. To Alpha's sponsors, GameStop and 24 Hour Fitness, please check them out. We do have another Alpha Pro series coming up in, I believe, very soon. Let me just get the old Team Liquid page up. We have, the next one is in 2 days, 10 hours and 8 minutes. It will be Star Killer, the American Zerg player versus Sinner, the Mexican Terran player. And then in a week we have Art versus Vanya. I love Vanya. The Russian versus the Polos, Protoss versus Zerg. So a bit of everything. ZVT coming up next, and then following that PVZ. That is all for me today. I appreciate every one of you. Have a lovely day. If I see you in Home Story Cup, if I see you in Germany, please come and say hi. I'd really like to meet people. And if you have any feedback as well. For me, I've only been casting a month or two. No, a bit longer than that. 3 months. So it would be nice to receive it. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely afternoon, lovely day wherever you are. If you're in the States, rest of your day. If you're in Europe, rest of your afternoon. And if you're in Korea, rest of your night. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.